I've ever done. Oh, the best I've ever done. Oh, I wish you the world. I hope you find what you're looking for. Was it really that hard to look at me like you look at your scars? Oh, I wish you the world. I hope you find what you're looking for. Was it really that hard to look at me like you look at your scars? Don't look at me like you look at your scars. Don't look at me, I'm just a scar. There you go. Thank you.
John Teague, what's going on, man?
Good to see you.
Honor, pleasure, and a privilege, dude.
That's right. Thank you. Likewise.
Hey, man. Welcome to Odyssey.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Bro, the new record is fucking fire.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you're
Oh, my
enjoying it.
God, dude. I can't wait to talk to you about it.
Okay.
So good, man.
I don't know if you have a preferable spot.
You can sit in that one, but
Okay.
get comfy. You can, if you want to be in the bigger chair, you can.
Oh, no, this is fine.
I'm going to work around you.
Cool.
How was lunch?
Oh, it was good. It's a little Thai spot across the street, across the highway over there. It was legit.
From over here?
Yeah, yeah. You make the, well, I made the loop to get over here, but I guess you cross back over on the right. There's like a shopping center. It's in there called Thai Bistro or something.
Nice.
Yeah, it was legit. It was legit. A little spicy. I was like, ooh, I don't want to be walking in here
Man,
with
I've
a...
been getting into, I've been eating a lot of biryani lately.
Yeah?
So there's this Pakistani place by my house, and they're awesome. But then, you know Pug.
Oh, yeah.
Pug was in town a couple of weeks ago. With him and his wife, I went to this place called Tarka.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, it's only in Texas. It's an Indian kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And so they had biryani, but it was different. Like the rice is different than the Pakistani. The Pakistani is like yellow rice. It's like long, big rice like I've never seen, right?
Yeah.
And then this was just regular rice, I guess, but
Yeah. Legit.
so good. Dude. Oh my God, man. And then it was either yesterday or the day before, me and my daughter, I ordered the biryani again from Tarka, but I also got samosas. Have you had those?
No.
Bro.
Good.
They're like these fucking, so you can get them with meat, beef or pork, but I got the vegetable ones, but they're vegetable dumplings, dude.
Oh, hell yeah.
But they're like fist sized.
What?
They're not bite sized, bro. It's like 3 or 4 bites.
Oh, wow.
And they're like, I don't know if they're fucking deep fried or what, dude, but they're fucking
legit.
So good.
Yeah.
So good, man.
Yeah. See, I miss that. Moving up to Fort Worth, like the food's just not up.
Is
there.
it?
No, it's not as good as down here. You have such a variety down here.
Yeah, that's true, man.
Fort Worth, we're like, yeah, there's like 2 good Asian places.
Yeah.
2 good sushi places. Barbecue for days, but man, I can only eat so much of that. Yeah.
I'm not a big barbecue guy.
Yeah.
Which is weird to say because I'm in Texas, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat it and shit. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to turn down barbecue.
No,
but
of course
it's not like my first go-to.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Never.
Yeah. I'm with you.
I like Tex-Mex. First of all, I like Mexican food, and then I like Thai and Chinese and Asian food, noodles and
Yeah.
shit that make me fat.
But how are they so small?
Yeah. Dude. Sunday night, Sounds Like Texas on 100.3 The Bull. It's presented by Square to Toe Boot Company, and tonight, not often do I get as giddy and excited as I am to have Mr. John Teague in the studio, dude. But I'm a huge, huge fan of Teague Brothers, your music, your work, your writing, your storytelling. And it is, like I said when I met you outside, an honor, a pleasure, and an absolute privilege to have you here in studio tonight. You're going to be playing some songs for us, which is cool. But I also want to first apologize to you because I remember John and I believe the Teague Brothers are both members of the Texas Country Music Association. And I last saw you, I think I first met you at the TCMA Awards last year.
Oh, yeah, possibly.
And I might have had a little too much to drink, and I totally geeked out on you like a fangirl. I was like, oh, my God, there he is.
No, it's all good, dude. Don't worry, I've done it to other folks, man.
I was so excited that you were there. I couldn't believe it. And then I was just like, holy, I got to go talk to this guy, you know. And we've had this one on the books and haven't been able to make it happen until now this year. But, again, so excited to have you here, man. Excited to talk to you. But I really kind of, and I know you've done some stuff with the Bull actually before here in Houston, playing down south at the Kima show last year or whatever it's called. I should know the name of that, but I don't. But you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah,
down south.
It was great. Yeah, it was hot. Boy.
But for people who don't maybe know the name John Teague or the Teague Brothers, let's go back to kind of where it started. You grew up in Winnie?
Yeah, Winnie, Texas. That's right.
And I mean, what was life like in Winnie?
Cows, old derricks, you know, and, you know, a lot of kids raising themselves, you know. It wasn't like, you know, the big city living that it is now. You know, we grew up like on a ranch and like, you know, you just got into stuff every day.
Yeah.
So you live a lot, you know, we lived a lot as kids, you know.
That's awesome.
And that was the whole community there, you know. So, yeah.
When did you end up leaving Winnie the first time? You went to the military, right?
I did, yeah. I left town for like, not to skip too far ahead, but I was like in a little touring metal band. So I started leaving town. I got my dabbling and playing music early on. I lied about my age when I was 16 and joined this metal band and started.
What was the metal band called?
Well, it was called Typecast at the time. And then it rolled into another band called Fellheart. And on the heels of me kind of getting out of the metal scene, I was partying a little too hard, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to join the military. I want to go see the world, you know, and kind of clean up. And boy, that was 4 or 5 years of my life, just, you know, right then. Got married.
There's only a few good interviews on the internet, but you mentioned metal, and recently you were on the Country versus Metal podcast.
Oh yeah,
and I thought that was a great conversation that you two had. But you also, I think, if you just listen to Teague Brothers, there's a song on the new record, which we are here to promote, the new Teague Brothers album, which is called Wish You the World, which came out, what, last week?
Yeah, May 9th.
May 9th.
So about 2 weeks ago, yeah, a little over 2 weeks ago.
Man, you know, I've been a fan of yours for the past couple of years. A buddy of mine turned me on to you a couple of years ago, and I really fell in love with like Fingers and Thumbs and all the older stuff. But this new record, man, I've listened to it 100 times since it came out. And the second time I listened to it, I was ultimately, right after I listened to it the second time, and probably before it was over the first time, I was like, this is easily a record of the year contender in Texas for the TCMAs. It's such a great collection. And again, I might fangirl on you a little bit here, John, but I do want to kind of talk about the record, if you will. I'd like to kind of almost break it down for you. We were talking about your military service. One of my favorite songs on the record, it's called, is it In My Blood? Take Some Blood?
A Little Blood.
A Little Blood.
Yeah.
A Little Blood. And kind of tell me, so the record to me, you know, it's vivid, it's cinematic. Your words and the way that you sing always have me hooked. You do a very excellent job of right from the jump in the beginning of songs, hooking me and connecting me to the story, making me listen to what you are singing about. And you know, I think this song, A Little Blood, is about, you know, perseverance. The album kind of jumps all over the place. It's about, you know, depression and love. And then I think this song is really kind of like for me, it's like, man, if you want it to be worth it, you gotta You got to give up a little bit for it sometimes.
That's exactly right. There's, you have to pay, some dues if you want, the reward. Like there is nothing that is given to us, truly. And that's really kind of where the song is. It's like an ode to some of my service and how I view my service, or it doesn't necessarily speak for everybody's, but for me, that's kind of what it was like, if I want to participate in this, like these freedoms and all that, I have a lot of sacrifice to give, or I have a lot. We're standing on the shoulders of giants in a way. So that's kind of like what it is, a little paying homage to my thoughts on that. I know it's not the most conventional way, but that to me is patriotism, in a way. It's like we can do whatever we want. We can wake up drunk, stoned and all this stuff, but like that's one liberty that we should not.
That's one way you can do it.
That's right. We shouldn't discard the sacrifices, for even that thing. So even like, people telling you to get a real job or something, that's part of the lyrics. It's like, that was early in my career, I'm like working for myself, hustling, and then trying to like do music for a living. And I had like friends of mine telling me, you need to get a real job. I'm like, dude, screw you. This is
this is real to me.
This is real to me.
Yeah.
And I'm giving up a lot to do this. So that's what a little blood is to me. Yeah, I like breaking it down a little.
Yeah, that's again one of my favorites. Obviously, I fell in love. I think it even came out last year, maybe, or earlier this year. But "Wish You the World," the title track, is awesome. But one of my other favorite standouts is "The Tulip."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yeah.
Is that track 4 on the record?
I think so. Yeah, it's after "Tell Me Anything." So, yeah.
It seemed, it's track 4, which is always when I'm listening to music and listening to albums, I feel like track 4 should be like a baseball batting lineup. That's the cleanup spot, so it's got to be a really good one there.
Yep, you're right. That's exactly how I look at it too.
And I think my absolute favorite song on the album, and I hope you put it out as a single, is "Hotel Water."
Oh yeah,
yeah, I love that song.
That's a ride right there.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about "Hotel Water."
Hotel Water is interesting to me. It's because it's like I wrote a song about the antagonist, not necessarily the protagonist in the story. I wrote the one about this kind of an can we cuss here? Or?
Sure.
Yeah, like the asshole. It's like not everyone's favorite person, but like the song is quite literally about a guy who's skipping his father's funeral to sleep with a prostitute. And because he thinks his dad is just a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's just like, I hate my dad. He's never done anything for me. But the irony of that is, what does that make him?
Right.
He's just continuing this cycle,
Yeah.
of being a total piece of shit. So that's kind of, it was a fun tune, but I got to kind of really like sing about some darker stuff, and I like that. I particularly like dabbling in the gray. Yeah. The good in there and the bad. And
and I think the record reflects that, because there's another song that is simply titled "Depression," and so I think but again, your music, man. And I just learned this recently, but I didn't know this. But there are only certain people that get goosebumps from music. Have you seen this recently on the internet?
Not sure.
Do you get goosebumps from music?
Oh yeah.
So there's a term for that, and I don't remember what that term is, but only certain people get that. And so many times this new record from the Teague Brothers has evoked goosebumps from me. And I wanted to thank you for that, for making my hair on my arms just stand up and dance.
Yeah.
Where do you think the emotion in songs like "Depression" comes from? I mean, are you good, bro? Because I do care about you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Well, that was the first song I wrote in 2023, and it came on the heels of like my wife and I are struggling to have kids, and then also my father-in-law passed away suddenly, and it left me, and he was my partner in business, you know, outside of music. So like we had a business together. So it was like, okay, I'm like, I never go 4 months without writing a song, you know? So this was like, you know, that was in January. I wrote that song in like April or something of 2023, which was like a month before we went to the studio. Didn't thinking that it was even going to be in the record, you know? So really I think there was something there, you know? It's like, hey, I've seen this before. I've been depressed before. I recognize what's going on. And I think that song really helped me kind of get through that period of time. But yeah, I'm good now.
Yeah. Well,
you know, so that to me, that's therapy. Like it's how I get through some shit. Unfortunately, you guys y'all get a piece of it too.
Yeah, it's
know?
cathartic, and you know, and it also makes you realize when it resonates as much as it does with me. It's like shit. I guess I'm going through the same stuff too. You know, because it again, you know, when the hair literally stands up, you know, on your arms because of something that you're singing, and it happens several times. You know, it's just like. It's amazing to me, and I'm so thankful again that people, you know, are able to release and have this catharticism, you know, and turn misery and pain into such beautiful, you know, works of art, man. And not that the whole album is like that, because the last song on the album is called Smiles.
Yeah.
And I hope you don't get offended by this. And I often make comparisons because I am such a music fan, but I kind of feel like that might be the Teague Brothers Chicken Fried.
Dude, I've heard that so much. That's crazy.
Yeah?
Yeah, everybody's like, that's your Zach Brown song.
Yeah.
Even whenever we were recording it, like we were like, this has got the Zach Brown feel to it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what the producer ended up aiming for after, because like
it's a feel-good song, man. And
that's what the point was. It,
you know, it's the message is basically, you know, the worst part about my day is that it's going to end.
That's exactly right.
I love that.
Yeah,
I mean, how can you not like that?
Yeah, and it was meant to have a little melancholy touch there with that line, particularly because, like, you know, if you have a good life, you know, the worst part about this life is that we all got to wrap up. So even that was kind of the point. It was like, life's good, you know, enjoy it, you know, and it's also full of BS that I just love, like gumbo and stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I love it.
But yeah, that was the point.
Speaking of gumbo, and you know, the lyrics again for me on this album and all your stuff, dude, they always, I just, you know, there's certain musicians, Shane Smith and the Saints for me, very cinematic. Like I can see the music in my mind when I'm listening to it, right?
Same, yeah.
And your music does that for me. And the song "Tell Me Anything." Whew. So I lost my dad over 10 years ago now, and I have a very unique relationship with my mom. I've been living with my mom. I'm 45, and I live with my mom. My mom is my roommate, and I'm a single dad, and my 14-year-old daughter lives with my mom. And we've, you know, she took care of us, and we took care of her, and now my mom is, you know, she's getting close to 70, and she broke her hip last year, you know, and... Yeah. She'd love to be honky tonking and two-stepping with me every Friday and Saturday night, you know, but it's just not that way. And that song to me, the cast iron skillet line, you know, that reminded me of my Nana, you know, and smelling the onions. Like, is it something that's conscious for you when you write this way, or is that just how it comes out for John Teague?
I think that I was very much like reliving like memories. Like I don't know, I like to transport myself to like that place, you know. And I remember sitting, you know, in that kitchen, which was also had the table, and as a young boy, you know, and my mom was a single mom, and so like I spent my afternoons and weekends at my grandparents, you know, so they very much raised me.
Yeah.
So losing my grandmother was like that was a mother to me in a big way. So that was a memory of mine, of her cooking chili in a cast iron, because that's how she used to do it, in a little thin thing, and she cut the onions up and it was cooked in. Yeah. So and my whole family also have that same memory. you
Right.
know? So like, it was kind of more, you know, I wrote that for her to hear that song because she wasn't sick at the time when I wrote it. I just, unfortunately, she passed away before she got a chance to hear it.
Mm.
But yeah, so that's kind of, I'm coming from this probably the same place where you're saying, and you know, it's not lost on me that other people might, you know, be able to relate to that. And so I think that's part of it, you know. That's what I'm aiming for, you know.
Well, I think you do an excellent job, man, and it's a skill, you know, that it's so unique and scarce for me in music that when it happens to me, when I can see the stories in my mind as I'm listening to the music, I'm immediately so drawn to that stuff and so connected to it. It means something more for whatever reason to me, and you know, I'm a video guy, you know, with the Texas Country Network. You know, we play music videos like it's the 90s and we're MTV.
Yeah.
But I wanted to talk to you about that because the songs are so cinematic, and I can't wait to see that interpretation. Are you doing any kind of videos for the album? What do you got planned as far as the extra stuff besides the music?
Yeah, you know, the funny thing about all that is it costs a lot of goddamn money.
Sure. Yeah.
So I wish that it didn't, but you know, I've got other goals in mind, and I know video is important, but like for a while there, it kind of fell off on like, oh, music videos are pointless.
Yeah.
But then, you know, as things have kind of turned to a different direction now, more people are like much more apt to see a video before they hear your music now. It's just become so available. So I think eventually I will. That's a long answer of saying like, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to do it, but the last music video cost me a ton of money. And,
Yeah.
And you know, it gave me legs. I mean, it helped. I'm not.
Was that the Fingers and Thumbs video?
Yeah.
And I think that's a great video, man. I mean, that's telling that small town American Texan story to me. Like, you know.
Yeah, the whole like, you know, the swing line. Yeah.
Where is that old
really, you know, it
lighthouse?
has nothing to do with Facebook. But I made the whole thing about that because
I used to see you,
it has
a
so much that he
beacon,
has to go
so
do.
bright and
You know,
full of my dreams, and now
Makes
the
it
day is night and the
That's
nights
what-
are foggy.
So I do like that, and I was involved in writing the script, so that was fun. You know? So, and that's the other issue. Is like I'm very particular about being there. so I would love to do it. It's just,
Say when you work hard, futures are bright, but they lie.
I see
They hadn't tried.
a lot of
Here
other
I am, doing what's right, but
stuff happened with that. So I'm kind of like, you know, whatever feels most authentic and natural to me is probably what I'm going to do, you know. But yeah, hopefully.
Let's go back. We were talking about Wish You the World, the new album from the Teague Brothers here. Sunday Night Sounds Like Texas. Definitely John Teague sounds like Texas, and so do the Teague Brothers, presented by Square to Toe Boot Company this week. But let's go back to growing up in Winnie. Mm-hmm. Then you go to the military. After being in music, you get out of the military, and you start playing country music with your brothers?
Yeah, pretty much. My
Okay.
brother, cousins, and like it was like a very family ordeal. And we started off just a cover band called the Bayou Blackbirds, and like rocked that for about 2 years. But while that was going on, I started writing all of my own music. And then it, you know, once the Bayou Blackbirds kind of wrapped up, I just jumped right into doing my own stuff. And I was like, I put my foot down. I'm like, okay, I'm done with covers. You know, I just said, I'm done with it. I released a 17-song record, which a lot of people have heard, but I've since had to pull it down. I pulled it down because we had like a brand new, like well done record instead of a garage record. But those 17 songs like put us on the road, you know, so we started touring and hitting the road, and like that's really when things started.
So
happening.
your brother's name is Mac, right?
Matt, yeah.
Matt
Teague.
Okay, I thought it was Matt Teague, and then I was talking to Pug, and I thought when I was listening back to the edits, when I was editing our podcast, I was like, did he say Mac? And I was calling him Matt. Well, good. But your brother taught Pug how to play guitar?
Oh, probably, yeah.
What's in the water down there, man?
Dude, I think I have a theory.
Let's hear it.
But the theory is a lot of people thought Port Arthur, Texas was going to be like the next New Orleans. Like if you go drive down the main strip, I can't remember the name of that street, but it was it looks like Bourbon Street. Like the way it was built and all the lights, and there were bars and clubs just up and down this thing. This was during the oil boom had taken place. So people were flocking here, like to Southeast Texas. Houston was blowing up, the port, everything. And Port Arthur was kind of like poised to become, the next New Orleans. So a lot of musicians came down here and, I think, they settled and intermingled. And there's a lot of entertainers. Because, just think about Mark Chestnut's from Beaumont.
Yep.
Tracy Byrd, Janis Joplin's from Port Arthur. There's a ton of other artists.
Yeah.
And we all, our families all have intermingled and intermixed in a big way. That's the theory, what's in the water. I know personally, my wife.
It literally might be in the water.
yeah, there's something that's literally in the water. But personally, my mom and dad, they were both full-blown, musicians. My mom even played a set at Farm Aid at one point in time. My dad.
No kidding.
Yeah, they were all in a band with Mark Chestnut early on.
No kidding. I had no idea about that.
Yeah, so like to me, like growing up, like I didn't know anything else.
Right.
Whenever we were together, we just played music together. And like somewhere around age 10, I started playing guitar, and so did my brother. And my brother got way better at playing guitar. And I was more interested in like writing rap lyrics and stuff, and making my own songs. And he was more interested in like learning every single lick on every Metallica record, which made him like this killer guitar player over the years. So that was the fork. And but yeah, Pug and Matt were in the same grade. They were the same age.
Yeah.
So they're a few years younger than me. Yeah.
So cool, man. And again, it's such a small world, and how it's so crazy how things come full circle, because, Pug's kind of having his breakout right now. And for me, I feel like if people don't know who John Teague is and the Teague Brothers, you guys are under a damn blanket or something, So I kind of feel like, but maybe you haven't yet had your moment, and I mean to break out, like,
yeah,
I feel like it's so crazy that you two have the best records for me right now, besides Charlie Crockett this year in Texas.
Yeah. Thank you.
And y'all are from the same damn zip code and everything.
Dude, we used to song swap at a Mexican restaurant in Port Arthur, Texas, like every Wednesday.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
Damn this hotel water for what it's worth. I ain't going to that funeral today. I had enough of that broke-ass father of mine. He ain't did nothing for me anyway. the side of me that once that other man did. I need to